Many foreigners who are living in Japan say it's very difficult to make Japanese friends. First of all, I want to say to those foreigners, don't worry, you are not the only one. Japanese people don't make Japanese friends either. Especially after becoming an adult, it's very difficult to make real friends. That's why anime is so popular. So today, I'll give you the important points. So after watching this video, you can make Japanese friends. Maybe. Meshida jokes about Japan. Hey guys, it's Meshida. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm a comedian and I introduce funny Japanese culture. If you are interested in that, please subscribe to my channel and please check out my Patreon podcast, and I'm organizing my solo stand-up comedy show in Tokyo. If you are interested in that, please check out the link below. So, see you in Tokyo.
Meshida.
First, if you want to make authentic Japanese friends, you should speak Japanese fluently and be Japanese. More than anything, authentic Japanese can only speak one English phrase. Sorry, I cannot speak English at all. And they are afraid of talking with foreigners. If they see foreigners, they run away and avoid being talked to. So for foreigners, catching an authentic Japanese friend is as difficult as catching a mythical Pokemon. That's why, if you want to make Japanese friends, you should aim for Japanese who don't fit into Japanese society and are interested in Western culture and speak English. Those Japanese don't have many Japanese friends and want to go abroad and change their life. The white people who come to Japan can understand their feelings. By the way, you can tell how few friends a Japanese person has by listening to their English accent. The more fluent their English accent, the less local Japanese friends they have. They study English very hard alone in their room to communicate with foreigners. Yes, I have many Japanese friends compared to them. Listen to this English accent. So, if foreigners are looking for Japanese friends, they should find those Japanese who don't fit into Japanese society and have Japanese friends. Unfortunately, it's easy to meet them. Go to an international party or use language exchange apps like Hello Talk. But there is one important point to note. Even though they are interested in Western culture or making foreign friends, don't forget, they grew up with a Japanese education and in Japanese society. The Japanese way of thought is rooted in their minds. So, even if they try to be westernized, they cannot change their Japanese identity. At some point, they'll find it hard to adapt to foreigners too. So today, I'll give you the important points. So when you hang out with those Japanese people, you can become friends.
Meshida.
Japan is a homogeneous country and 98% of the population is Japanese. So for Japanese who grew up in Japan, foreigners are aliens. It's kind of mission impossible to see them as friends, like Japanese friends. When Japanese consider foreigners to be friends, like a professional baseball team, they create a special category to put foreigners into when there is merit to doing so. When it comes to baseball teams, they expect foreign players to give them a lot of home runs. As friends, Japanese people accept foreigners in order to receive free English classes or to show off to other Japanese friends that they have foreign friends, even though the friendship is fake. But recently, many foreigners who have been living in Japan complain that even though they can speak Japanese fluently and know the culture, they are always treated as foreigners. They claim that they want to be treated the same as Japanese. I want to say, if you are Japanese, you wouldn't complain about that in public and would keep your opinion to yourself and instead make an anonymous Twitter account and use very bad words to complain about it secretly.
Meshida.
Even though you can find a Japanese who can speak basic English, it's better to learn Japanese. Japanese who grow up in Japan usually don't have much of an English vocabulary and they only use very basic expressions. For them, it's very difficult to have a deep conversations. So sometimes it's very stressful for them to speak only English for a long time. That's why if you can speak Japanese, you can know their honest thoughts or way of thinking. So let's ask Lai-chan. Lai-chan is a QE girl and she used to live in Japan and she can speak Japanese fluently. So Lai-chan, what do you think about this?
Learning to speak Japanese makes such a difference. Instead of people asking you, can you use chopsticks? They'll ask you things like, ohashi tsukaimasu ka?
Hey guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give us super thanks. Your donations to poor comedian is highly appreciated. Meshida. We Japanese are ashamed of talking loudly in public spaces and think it's bad manners. It's very important to talk quietly in public spaces. So, when you go to a cafe or a restaurant or are in a train, you should worry about what other people think. If we hang out with someone who speaks loudly, we are afraid of being judged by others, like we don't know our manners, like Chinese tourists. If you are hanging out in a public space with Japanese and suddenly Japanese people look around unceremoniously, it means
shut the fuck up! Meshida.
When you talk to Japanese, don't be too self-assertive. We Japanese understand. In a Western country, it's very important to assert yourself to make people understand you. So, Western people think if you cannot assert yourself, you are immature. In Japan, that's the opposite. We consider people who are self-assertive to be immature. We allow people to be assertive until they are 5 years old. That's why we Japanese see vegans as childish people who have a lot of likes and dislikes and bother many people. In Japan, mature people means those who can read the atmosphere and keep their thoughts to themselves and get along with others. If you are too self-assertive, it will be said behind your back. You are like American. You will be the joke.
Meshida.
It's common knowledge that some Japanese people change character and become friendly while they are drinking in an izakaya or a bar. Many foreigners complain that even though they became friends and talked a lot while drinking, at a later date they would act distant and like you are never that close. Some foreigners think that while Japanese people drink, they show their honest side and are happy. That's wrong. To be honest, we Japanese are acting friendly and funny using alcohol. Actually, they drink and enjoy acting as differently for fun to forget this fucking reality. To put it simply, for Japanese people, drinking party is like a play or improv. They are not honest while drinking. They are struggling to act like a funny and friendly person. That's just a public persona. That's why, after the drinking party, they don't act friendly anymore. Without drinking, they don't want to hang out with you. Especially, we Japanese need to drink a lot and act very different when we hang out with foreigners. It's fun, but exhausting. It's like asking Daniel Radcliffe to pretend to be Harry Potter forever. After drinking, the magic is gone.
Meshida.
When we Japanese meet people who we don't know very well, we flatter each other and show respect, even if we don't actually think it. Our Japanese society is built on flattery. We often compliment each other and avoid confrontation or making people feel uncomfortable. So, first of all, we Japanese compliment each other a lot. Not only to foreigners saying your Japanese is great. If you are complimented, it's very important to deny it and be humble. Just because people compliment you, don't think they mean it. If you accept it proudly, we Japanese will think of you as an arrogant foreigner. For the Japanese, foreigners are like a modern art. We don't know how to judge or handle them, so we try to compliment them, even though we don't know what to compliment. We Japanese don't flatter our close friends and just say our honest feelings, so it's easy to check if your Japanese friend is real or fake. Just ask them what they think of your Japanese. If they say,
Your Japanese is
you have a real Japanese friend.
飯だ
Also, Japanese people want to talk in English. Some foreigners want to practice their Japanese skills and start speaking Japanese, but don't do that. To be honest, it's exhausting to talk with foreigners who have a low Japanese skills. If you are an English teacher, you will understand. Except in the classroom, you don't want to talk with your students. And my foreign friends in Japan, you guys can understand because it's how you feel whenever you hang out with me in English. To be honest, many Japanese people want to make foreign friends to improve their English skills. So first, you need to fulfill their desire. Then, gradually, Japanese people will come to think of you as a friend, not a free English teacher.
飯だ
Japanese people think people who talk about politics in public are too far right or left. To put it simply, we see them as crazy activists. And as you already know, we try to avoid conflict and talking about politics brings a big risk of disagreement. So, normal Japanese people avoid talking about it. And more than anything, most Japanese people take peace for granted. Even if they are not interested in politics, Japan has been safe since World War II. Maybe when Japanese kids study Chinese as compulsory education, they will realize. So, they don't know about the politics, and even if they are asked, they don't know how to answer and are ashamed of being seen as ignorant in public. Even Japanese people who are interested in politics never talk about their opinions in public. They use anonymous Twitter accounts and secretly act like crazy activists.
飯だ
Japanese humor and Western humor are totally different. If you are Western and don't know Japanese humor, please don't tell jokes. In Japan, we don't have a culture of telling jokes, and even if we understand what it means, our humor is very different and it's not funny at all to us. But we don't want to hurt you and say, "Oh, you are so funny." Then, the more you say your favorite jokes, the more Japanese people won't reply to your messages.
飯だ
When you ask Japanese people if they want to make plans, don't ask while you guys are hanging out. Unless Japanese people ask you to schedule something, please give Japanese space to refuse. If you try to make plans while you are with them, they cannot refuse, and even if they don't want to hang out with you again, they won't want to hurt your feelings. So, they'll pretend to be excited and decided on a date to go out. After that, they have to lie to you. For example, they might pretend to be busy, or they have to kill their relatives and pretend to attend a fake funeral. That makes their hearts hurt. If you ask Japanese people to hang out, they answer, "Recently, I'm busy with work." It means I don't want to use my precious time on you. Please read between the lines. For us, the stereotype that Japanese people work hard is very important. We are eager to keep that stereotypical image because we can use it to refuse foreigners' invitation.
飯だ
Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and please give me special thanks. So, see you soon. Bye bye.